Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. This is Henry, producer Henry, called this splashes, superlatives. I'm all for it. I love the idea. So I am combining all three of my weekly recaps: quarterback power rankings, team of the week, team power rankings, all in one, and maybe a little bit of a Thursday night preview later tonight. So before we hop in, make sure you guys like the stream, subscribe to the channel. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. And if you want, send us a super chat. Henry will pop it up, and I'll get back to questions when I finish each section. So with that said, let's move on. We have a familiar face coming up with the team of the week, Josh Allen. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. He was killer. 5 total touchdowns, 358 passing yards. Got that grade in the 80s from PFF, 3 big-time throws. He was great. Nothing to complain about with Allen. And he is going to earn a Pro Bowl spot in the AFC. I would take 3 quarterbacks. So as of right now, I would go Mahomes, Allen, Lamar, Herbert. You can throw in maybe Herbert over Mahomes, oddly enough. Carr you can throw in as well. There's 5 guys available, and I would say Allen is trending in the right direction. Running back Kareem Hunt, 155 scrimmage yards, 1 touchdown, graded out in the 90s, 7 total missed tackles. It was special. And you're always going to run into this issue because the Browns have both Nick Chubb, who's a top 10 back, and Kareem Hunt, who's a top 10 back, that you're not going to get – there's not going to be many days that both of them are like top 5 running backs, but both of them are so good that you're going to get like 10 games that one of them is a top 5 back. And it's special to watch. This week it was Hunt. He torched a good Bears defense. I don't love the Bears defense, but whatever. He was awesome. Love to see that. Now we get the trio of wide receivers. Justin Jefferson, 9 catches, 118 yards, touchdown. Did have a drop, but the drops, if you're getting targeted as much as Jefferson or is targeted as much as my wide receiver 3, I'll deal with the drop. It's an issue when you have 5 targets and 2 drops, Marquise Brown. So 88.5 overall grade, 86.9 receiving grade, 1 for 1 uncontested catches. He was great. Second straight year that he just balls out in week 3. Mike Williams. He was the number 7 pick in 2016 for a reason. Or was it 2017? I think it was 2017 because he's on his 5th year option right now. Mike Williams is an incredible asset when he's playing well, and he is a perfect fit with Justin Herbert with his ability to high point the football down the field, big chunks, 7 catches for $122 and 2 touchdowns. Did have a drop. Cool. Typo on the drop, but I don't have anything to complain about. He is your prototypical wide receiver 1, that Kenny Golladay mold, that Allen Robinson mold, that Cortland Sutton mold, DeAndre Hopkins mold, and he is a beast. This is why you drafted him in the top 10 Chargers, and it took 5 years, but here he is. We have a star receiver in the making. And then Davante Adams, need I say more? 12 for 132, touchdown. It was 18 targets, something like that. So I'll deal with the drop. 91 PFF grade. This is what being at the top of your game looks like. It was a sensational game. It was I'm the best receiver in the NFL game. I would take Hill, but Adams was sensational. Tight end, Mark Andrews. I think Alex said it on the app. It's time for the Mark Andrews 100 yards and a touchdown game. Didn't have a touchdown, but 5 for 109. No touchdowns, no drops. Led all tight ends in yards. Usually, and let me do some philosophy talk here. This is more about production than grade necessarily, because Kelsey and Kittle and maybe another tight end, I don't remember who, graded out better than Andrews. That's fine. But I'll take 109 yards over 104 yards for this week. And defensively, same ordeal when I get to the defense, that I'm going to look at production first, then grade. Like if you have a pick 6, you're in the team. If you score 2 touchdowns, Mike Williams style, and have 100 yards, you're in the team. So Mark Andrews wins the spot, 5 for 109. And first of a couple Ravens on this list, oddly enough. Left tackle, I can't believe it either. Andrew Thomas graded out really well. I do want to say that Tyron Smith had a spectacular game, but I made this before Tyron Smith had his spectacular game. So I might do some retconning there, like I did with Max Crosby week 1, because I make this before Monday Night Football because I have to have it sent off for publication. Tyron Smith was great. Andrew Thomas was really good. Like, this is, I think, the best game he's played as a pro against Atlanta. Yeah, it's Atlanta, but really sturdy in pass protection, really sturdy in run block. Coming out party for Andrew Thomas. Congratulations. We have another Raven. I was very close to saying both Powers and Ben Cleveland would get this spot, and they combined for about 60 snaps. Powers gets it. They're only 36 snaps, but no pressures allowed. 87 grade, 86 pass blocking, 82 run blocking. He was great. He's been, reasonable for 3 games. This is what Baltimore needs, because Alejandro Villanueva has been a turnstile in 2 out of 3 games, but the interior has been great. Speaking of the interior, Bradley Bozeman at center did allow a pressure, but was a stellar run blocker, creating lanes for Lamar and the variety of running backs. Bradley Bozeman, he played left guard first few years in the NFL, was a center at Alabama. He's back playing his natural position, and he has been nothing short of awesome. So big props to Bradley Bozeman for coming out and, playing a new position and just balling out. Okay, we got right guard Austin Corbett, no pressures, 83.8 overall grade, 88.7 pass block, 77.1 run block. I'll talk about Tampa's pass rush when I get to Tampa in the power rankings, but what Corbett did against a talented interior, this is Vea, this is Sue, this is the edges as well. He was great. Nothing to complain about with Corbett. And when you're that good against that kind of competition, you deserve to be here. Right tackle, Jack Conklin. It was very close week 1. Wasn't great week 2, but he was like this close to making it week 1. I took Rob Havenstein over him, but just a special performance against Chicago. A good pass rush. Said, nope. 82.9 pass block rate, 88.9 run block rate. He's been a fantastic run blocker all season. Great to see it. He would make my all-pro team. So I will, some background on the right side, top right of the screen, I have where I would vote this player. So things like MVP, offensive player of the year, defensive player of the year, all pro spots, Pro Bowl spots. So through 3 weeks, there's going to be some screwiness. I get it. I might think about publishing that. I do post on the app every week, but Jack Conklin would be my all-pro right tackle at the moment. Speaking of, next guy's an all-pro, but Daron Payne, 11 pressures. If you have 11 pressures, you're essentially sure to make the team. I know he didn't get a sack. I get it, but I know he didn't grade out all that well. But 11 pressures against Buffalo. He turned Cody Ford. Cody Ford had one of the worst games I've ever seen. 12 pressures allowed. That's worse than Villanueva and Stanley week 1 against Vegas. So Payne was a pain for Buffalo to block. He was great. I know he didn't get home on anything, but 11 pressures speaks for itself. Aaron Donald, welcome back. He was here last week, so he is the second of 2 guys that have made back-to-back teams. 88 pass rush grade, actually his lowest of the season. 90.1 overall grade. A sack, 2 solo tackles, 1 TFL, 1 QB hit. Pass deflection. Did force a fumble on Tom Brady. That's impressive. 5 overall pressures. It's Aaron frickin' Donald, man. He trains with knives. Myles Garrett. Here's my defensive player of the year pick. 4.5 sacks against Chicago. I know it's Chicago. 8 pressures, 6 solos, 4 TFLs. A 90 flat grade, 91.2 pass rush grade. This is the Myles Garrett that we've all been waiting for. This is just the talent on full display, the technique on full display, the athleticism on full display. This is why he's the number 1 pick. This is why a lot of people picked him for defensive player of the year. This is why he's my number 1 for defensive player of the year right now. He was otherworldly. It's one of the best games by an edge I've seen in a long time. He was great. Speaking of edges, Joey Bosa, 10 pressures, did have more. Garrett only had 8. Bosa had 10. Harold Landry also had 10 pressures. I think a couple of his came unblocked, so I'll give the edge to Bosa, but Harold Landry was great. He was probably edge 3 this week. Bosa didn't grade out particularly well. It's only a 79.2, only half a sack, but give me that 90.2 pass rush grade. 10 pressures speaks for itself, like Daron Payne. Joey Bosa has been unreal so far. Speaking of unreal, All-Pro pick, Shaq Thompson. Remember the name, folks. He has been playing. He is the best linebacker in football so far this year. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it, Seattle. I don't want to hear it, Buffalo. Shaq Thompson has been the best linebacker in football this year. He was at it again this week. His second time in the team of the week. 87.7 overall grade. 80, just all around spectacular performance against Houston. He was flashing. Turn on 5 minutes of Game Pass, and he was all over the field. He was unbelievable. Again, I said it with Mark Andrews. Production matters. If you have an 85-yard pick six, congratulations, you're in the team, unless like two other guys did. So graded out in the 50s, congratulations. I don't really care. He's not going to make my Pro Bowl team. He's not going to make my All-Pro team because he had a pick six, but he's going to make my team of the week because he pick six Derek Carr. So congratulations to Landon Roberts. Byron Murphy, second time in the team of the week. This time he did have a pick six, 2 total interceptions, 90.5 coverage grade, 87.5 overall grade. Byron Murphy has turned the corner, ladies and gentlemen. So he is making it worth that R2P33. So good stuff for Byron Murphy. Trayvon Diggs. This is the anti-Tyron Smith, anti-Max Crosby. I watched the game. Well, I watch all the games. I watched this game and said, I don't need PFF grade for this. I don't need what his coverage grade was. I don't need how many targets he allowed. I don't need any of that. Pick six, that'll do it for you. But even if he didn't have the pick six, let's say he picked it, Davante Smith drags him down. Oh man, this is one of the best corner games I've seen. This is on par with what I've seen from Ramsey the last couple. Ramsey's just so consistent with the great games, but this is a spectacular cornerback game. He did as much as a cornerback can do in a game, just spectacular. 92 overall grade, 92.2 coverage grade. Even if he had 40s, he would have been in 3 pass defenses and a pick six. Safety 1, we got Justin Simmons. He victimized Zach Wilson. 91.3 overall grade, 88.1 in coverage. Run-of-the-mill stuff from Justin Simmons, back to what he does. Didn't have a great first 2 weeks, but was spectacular week 3. And we have the fourth Raven. Yeah, I know. A sack for Chuck. Chuck Clark had one of the most well-rounded games of the week. He and Shaq Thompson. 1 sack, 9 solos, 1 TFL, 1 QB hit. 87.8 PFF grade, 70+ in run defense, tackling, pass rush, and coverage. You love to see that. And he would be my all-pro safety. He and Marcus Williams. Actually, no, he and Derwin James and Marcus Williams would be my all-pro defensive back. So safety 3. So Clark's been fantastic. This is a defense that's been ravaged with injuries. Sean Elliott's missed a bunch of snaps. Marcus Peters is done for the year. Marlon Humphrey hasn't quite been Marlon Humphrey, but Chuck Clark is here, and he has been balling out. My last pick, Malcolm Jenkins. Again, pick 6. You earn a spot. 87 flat overall grade, 82 tackling, 82 coverage. Got the pick 6. Got another pass deflection later in the game. Malcolm Jenkins, really strong performance from the vet, the Super Bowl champion with the Eagles. So nothing to complain about with Mr. Malcolm Jenkins. Another great game for him.